Varanasi, Eternal Flame of the Ganges. Origins and Mythology. Before kingdoms, before Language, even before time had a name, there was Kashi. Legend says that when Lord Shiva opened his eyes, a divine light poured forth, and from that light, Varanasi was born. From every corner of India, people come, not just to witness, but to remember. For Varanasi was not built by human hands, but by divine will. Two rivers, Varuna and Asi, flow gently into the sacred Ganges. Between them, this city stands. From their union made the name, Varanasi. On the steps of Manikarnika Ghat, the fire never sleeps. It has burned for thousands of years, they say. Each flame a soul returning to its source. For Hindus, to be in Varanasi is not a tragedy, it is destiny. Here, the soul breaks free from the endless cycle of rebirth and reaches moksha, liberation. Imagine a city that does not fear death, but honors it. Not with sorrow, but with sacred chants. Not with tears, but with prayer. This is where the spiritual and the physical meet. In the narrow alleys of Varanasi, footsteps and the presence of gods walk side by side. Rituals and daily life. Before the sun rises over the horizon, Varanasi is already awake. Along the banks of the Ganges, sadhus, holy men, sit cross-legged, their bodies covered in ash, eyes closed in deep meditation. Nearby, mothers bathe their children in the sacred river, beginning the day with hope. On every step of the gods, life pulses, quiet but persistent. Flower vendors prepare marigold garlands, priests tie sacred threads, and old men sit in silence, gazing at the river that will one day carry them home. The Ganges is not just a river here. She is a mother, a purifier, a guide. Everything begins with her, and returns to her. Across more than 80 gods, every corner tells a story. Asi Ghat, where thinkers and students have gathered for centuries. Dashaswamed Ghat, where the grand Ganga Aarti turns prayer into spectacle. Picture this, evening descends. Thousands gather by the river. The air is thick with incense and flowers. Bells ring. Chants rise. Then, the young priests appear, lifting great flames that swirl and dance like fire spirits. The light reflects on the Ganges, as if heaven and earth were touching. This is the Aarti, a ritual offering of light to the river, a moment where human devotion meets cosmic RHYTHM. In Varanasi, life is not just survival, it is worship. Every step is a prayer. Every breath, part of a timeless HYMN. Architecture and temples. In Varanasi, buildings are more than bricks and mortar. They are ancient witnesses to humanity's search for light. The city's narrow alleys twist like time itself, and around every bend, a temple awaits. Some are hidden behind weathered homes, others stand boldly, fetching the sacred river. But none is more revered than the Kashi Vishwanath Temple, Lord of the Universe, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas, said to hold Shiva as eternal flame. This temple has been destroyed, rebuilt, then destroyed again by conquerors and kings. But belief in Shiva has never faded. Each day, thousands pour into its thick corridors, bearing flowers, sacred water, and whispered prayers. They press their hands against ancient stone, hoping to feel the heartbeat of the cosmos. But Varanasi's architecture tells more than just sacred stories. It reveals centuries of Changi, Mughal forts, Brahmin homes with carved wooden balconies, royal palaces now sleeping beside the river. At sunset, the pastel-painted houses reflect on the Ganges, turning the city into a living painting, changing with each hour, each season. And at night, when oil lamps flicker in the doorways, Varanasi becomes a city of dreams. Shadows of temples dance on the water's surface. And in the air, the soft murmur of ancestors never truly gone. This city wasn't built in a day, and it will never be finished. Because Varanasi grows not outward, but inward, into the soul of those who walk it. Education and arts. Behind the rituals and sacred chants, Varanasi is also a city of knowledge and beauty. For centuries, scholars and philosophers have journeyed here, not just to worship, but to think. In Varanasi, Knowledge is not confined to classrooms. It lives under banyan trees, in roadside stalls, and beside the river where means open as wide as the sky. Here stands one of the world's great institutions, Banaras Hindu University, or BHU. Founded by Pandit Madan Mohan Malavia in the early 20th century, BHU became the heart of modern Indian education. A place where ancient philosophy meets quantum physics. Where Vedic hymns echo through science halls. Students walk the trailing paths not just seeking degrees, but deeper truths. For them, education is a lamp, not just to light the mind, but the soul. Yet learning in Varanasi flows beyond textbooks, it sings. From open windows and small courtyards, the sound of riyas, classical music practice, recess like in Chense. This is the birthplace of legends like Pandit Ravi Shankar, was a sitar brought India's soul to the world stage. Music here is not for entertainment. It is meditation. Each note of araga is a step toward the divine. In the old city lanes, miniature paintings bloom on palm leaves and silk, telling stories from the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, or simply a mother's love in watercolor. And the Banarasi Saree, woven in quiet homes by hands that carry centuries of memory, is more than a garment. It is living art. Gold threads, silver borders, patterns that whisper stories to those who wear them. In Varanasi, education and art are not separate paths. They are twin rivers, flowing toward the same sea, truth. Death and spirituality. In most cities, that is feared. In Varanasi, it is embraced. For thousands of years, people have come here not just to live, but to die. Because here, that is not the end, it is freedom. At Manikarnika Ghat, bodies arrive wrapped in orange cloth, chariot on bamboo stretchers by loved ones chanting the name of God. The eternal flame burns, day and night. It never stops. It never sleeps. It is said this flame was lit by Shiva himself. And through it, every soul who departs in Varanasi is offered a rare gift, moksha, liberation from the endless well of birth and rebirth. There is no fear here. Only release. The dome, keepers of the Tremation fire, work in silence. Their duty is sacred. They do not seek praise, nor shy away from the dark. For in their hands, life finds its return. On the riverbanks, sadhus walk barefoot, men who have renounced the world to seek the eternal. Their eyes see through illusion, their steps follow their high THM of truth. Some sit in meditation, unmoving for hours. Others roam from ghat to ghat, speaking only when silence breaks. Pilgrims rest along the steps, reciting mantras, staring into the holy river. In the stillness, they find what books cannot teach, peace that comes only when one lets go. Spirituality in Varanasi is not spoken. It is breathed. In the ringing of bells, in the scent of burning sandalwood, in the sound of water brushing against stone. Here, people know, this body is just a cloth. The soul is what remains. And when the sun sets over the Ganges, painting the sky in gold and crimson, the city falls into a sacred hush, awaiting the night, the silence, the beyond. Time moves slowly in Varanasi. Or perhaps, time doesn't move at all. For every day here feels like the first day of Tretiyon, and the last day before eternity. People come to Varanasi in search of gods. But often, they leave having found themselves. Not everyone will understand this city. But those who listen, truly listen, will feel something shift inside them. Because Varanasi is not a place to be seen. It is a place to be felt. It is a prayer whispered in silence. A flame dancing in the dark. A river carrying 1,000 stories toward the nameless sea. And when you leave this city, it does not leave you. It stays. In your breath, in your dreams, in that quiet part of you that now knows, life is sacred, and so is its end. For Varanasi is not just a city. It is a mirror, reflecting what is deepest within us, our fears, our hopes, and finally, our surrender. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to listen to other short stories, like, comment and share. See you in the next story.